Hello and welcome to the Grow Landscapers 10-minute business tip series, a show that gives you bite-sized nuggets of wisdom in just 10 minutes. I'm Nick Ruddle, and today's very special guest is Richard Kay from Rabbit Hill Business Park and the founder of Green Tech. How are you doing, Richard?
Good afternoon, Nick. How are you?
Absolutely fine, and very, very honoured and privileged to have you on as one of our very special guests. So thanks for accepting the invitation. I've been
Well,
trying to
thank
get
you
you
for
on for a
asking.
while, haven't we? We've been trying to get you on for a while, and we saved the best till last. So really, really pleased to have you on. But look, as I said to you earlier, before we came on, I'm going to be putting the stopwatch on this. So we have 10 minutes. So without further ado, I'm going to click the button now, and what is your first of your three tips to share?
Well, today I've got sort of three tips which I think are intrinsically linked together. And my first tip is really about plans, business plans, marketing plans, and financial plans. I think they're hugely important to get your vision, mission, and expectations down, especially with a customer-centric approach. And while you're writing your business plan, it often throws up lots of good questions of what you need to prioritize, how you deliver customer satisfaction. Also, it also makes you look inwardly at your business. Have I got the right product mix? Who's the new kids on the block? What new products are out there? What's our direction of travel? And that is very important. I always really enjoy writing our business plans. Then the financial plans are obviously very important because it ensures you get your cost base correct and also predicting your turnover for the business, and you can analyze your margins. And we use ours every month, and we ensure that we have our accounts out in day 10 of every trading month. So we've got a snapshot of exactly where we are each month. I think it's hugely important because you can't run a business from a bank balance and assume it's okay. You've got to have hard data. Then marketing, you've got to have a really good vision for your marketing plan, get your social media sorted out, your product range sorted out, your website. And if you don't have that skill set, it's relatively quite cheap to import that. And there's loads of really fresh young professionals out there who have got their fingers on the trigger with TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook that bring it all together, and such as LinkedIn as well, which is a great also online networking platform.
Yeah.
Uh,
You don't
and
have to
then,
be an
I think it's
expert
very
in all these
important
things.
that these are reviewed every month, so you get to understand where you are. And if you,
Yeah, you don't have to be an expert in marketing. You don't have to be an expert in all these things. You can use other people's expertise and knowledge if you don't have the knowledge yourself.
correct, yes. And if you review your progress every month against your business plan, your financial plan, your marketing plan, you can see where you are. And if things aren't going to plan, it gives you a chance to adapt, innovate. And I always thought when we were looking at problems, we try to look downward like a helicopter rather than, do what is a problem, try and reverse it, look at it from every angle. So you really appreciate, you might have just got it wrong, and you can backtrack it and sort of start again.
Mm, very true. Very true. Excellent. Failing to plan is planning to fail, as they say. So always got to know where you're going in order to know how to get there. So, okay, brilliant. Number one was that. Number two, what would you say number two is?
Number system is about being consistent.
Hmm.
I think if you're consistent across your business with business processes, branding messages, customer experiences, operations and processes, and communication throughout your business, it, and performance, managing your performance, I think they are great attributes. And again, they sort of link into your reviews of your business plan, your financial plan. But being consistent is very important. And when you're having your staff meetings or your directors meetings, make sure you have them on the same day. Or if you can't attend, create a sub chairman who can make these meetings happen. Take the minutes, create the actions, and then the following month you've got the actions as your starting point of the being done. Uh, but in communicating with staff through being consistent, I think is hugely important.
Yeah, having consistency in all those meetings really important, isn't it? Because then, if it's easy to cancel a meeting just because one or two people are not there, but then you see the consequences to that if you don't have it. So getting into those good habits, good routines.
100%,
Routine
yeah.
is good. Routine works. Consistency works. Brilliant. Number 3.
I think number 3 is really about communication, which again links in to the first two. Effective communication with your staff, your suppliers, your customers. It helps improve collaboration and productivity. And how we've done it in the past is we have had weekly meetings with the directors and the staff. We're always happy to share our vision, our objective, our sales budgets. If had a good month, great. If had a bad month, we'll share as well. But it's being consistent, and also while you're having this communication, the clarity with consciousness, so you can deliver the message correctly, and be a good listener. It's very important to be a good listener, and let people have their say. It's okay you delivering the message, but if you can listen to what people say, and to be fair, we haven't got all the answers. And sometimes your staff have got boots on the ground. They've actually got some absolute gems of feedback you just overlook because we're in the space, we're in the game, and sometimes you just miss it. That saying, you can't see wood for the trees. It's really, really true. So we've always spent a lot of time. We'd go sit in the canteen with the staff, have the chat, walk the floor, have them coffee morning meetings, have a brew at the workstations with them, and it's very, very important. But again, with communication, I think it's been about consistent with them.
Yeah, and consistent, but communicating the plans, communicating with everyone around you, and I think if you're not, it's a two-way thing, isn't it? It's a two-way process, communication. So it is about listening, but it's also about communicating the plans of the business and the numbers and the progress, and with suppliers, with employees, with clients. It's all about communication, and having the consistent meetings help with that as well. Okay, very, very good.
I think also with communication, one art of it is watching the sort of non-verbal, the body language of people. You can see how people are acting, and often tell that if they're not in the right headspace, get them to one side, have that little chat and say, "Are you okay?" It's 3 great questions to ask, simple words, and just have that bit of time with them. And I think staff really just do want a bit of your time, and it's not too much to ask to give.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. Someone told me once that time, or love, was it time was spelled L-O, no, was it love was spelled T-I-M-E? So people want time, that people want to feel loved. They want to feel like they're listened to and they're valued. And I think when you're all together now, like COVID was a terrible time because you lost all that and you saw what effect that had on people. But when you're actually together and you can see the body language, you can see if there's something under the surface that's not quite right. Intuitively,
Correct.
you can sort of take him to one side, can't you? And make him feel a bit loved, which is what we all like. Cool.
Bit
Right, so
loving.
there's your 3. There's your 3. So I've got a couple of last questions for you, then I'll let you go on your way. The first one is, what do you think can be done to attract more people into this wonderful industry?
Well, I think we've all got a role to play in promoting a positive perception of our trade. Create businesses that people want to work for. We, when was it, Green Tech made the business so they didn't want to leave, and made them very comfy. Didn't give them an excuse to leave. I think promoting career paths, paying the right money, and I know people pays a big thing, but this day there's not a lot of choice for staff, so you've got to pay the right money with some bonuses probably, and promoting like the work-life balance. People don't want to do a 40-hour week anymore. It's how can you incorporate a bit of working from home? I know it doesn't work for every role, and giving people a bit of opportunity to work from home if possible. Engage with local education partners and colleges is to see in front of the students. We go talk to our schools regularly and tell them about our journey of how good being in business is, and particularly in horticulture landscaping. Showcasing your staff of where they've come, for how from they get progressed. I mean, they all can't be managers, but they all can do a really good job and take on an important role for your business. It's very easy to sort of leverage social media these days and job board to promote your opportunities. we actually found the best ways for recruiting staff was through the people who work for us and friends of people who work for us, offering them a I can't remember what you call it, but like an incentive to put someone forward, and if they stayed after 3 or 4 months, they got a cash bonus for doing that. And typically, people don't put forward people who are no good. So that was probably one of our best ways of recruiting people, is through contacts, friends of friends.
Yeah, and employee referral scheme that we call
That's
that.
exactly
We do that with all our clients, and you sort of say 500 quid. You pay the first 250 after 3 months. If they're then there another 3 months, so 6 months later, you pay the other 500 quid. Maybe in voucher, so they don't get taxed on that 500 quid as well.
Yes, right. The best of tax.
Yeah, it works because like
Yeah.
attracts like. So your friends are very similar to you. Your good best people, they're going to be the same. Their friends are going to be the same as them. So you wouldn't necessarily, if you do have any poor employees, which you probably don't, you wouldn't offer them that that referral offer because they tend to know more people like themselves. Anyway, so that's another story. But okay, finally, a question for you then, Richard, really is: how do you, as a business owner, with all your experience, all your years, having gained so much knowledge, how do you keep growing and keep learning yourself?
Well, in 2009, I joined a peer-to-peer board in Yorkshire called 𝐵𝐵𝐴𝐶, and there were 12 of us on our board. We pay a monthly fee to go there, and for the first 2 or 3 times, it was torturous, bearing your soul of your business problems. But to be honest with you, after the 4th one, it felt like therapy, and I thoroughly enjoy meeting our board of 12 every month, where we share business problems, and then the table gives 11 solutions. And then with that, we get 2 hours of our chairman's time mentoring per month. And he's a really well-connected guy. But really, he's been around the block. He's exited business 3 times. Super chap. And I've learned a lot from being on the 𝐵𝐴𝐶 board. And I would say it's probably one of the best things I've done is taking on some mentoring, because I've been very lucky to have Rachel by my side for the last 30 years. And I suppose her too, the other way around. But we've worked together as a team. And as you know, it's tough at the top. No one gives you a pat on the back, where we've been a unit together and we've planned on together. So I feel very fortunate for that. When Rachel's been having a downtime, or I have, she's sort of, we pick each other up and sort of plan our journey together.
So what you're saying is you need to marry someone really good, really
Yeah.
supportive.
Yeah. Definitely in the dating process, you'll find out.
Yeah. Brilliant. Good stuff. Yeah, mentors and a nice happy home life always helps, and that support is very, very useful.
Well, it's like, getting that work-life balance is really important, and taking time out for each other and yourselves and the children, and just making sure it's not all work. If you work hard, you got to play hard.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to finish it off. I think it's too easy to just get wrapped up in it and you're forgetting why you're doing it in the first place. You want to actually have a family to enjoy it with and share it with at the end. Otherwise, what's the
100%.
point? Yeah, brilliant, Richard. Thank you very much for your time. You are an absolute legend of the industry. Been a pleasure speaking to you today. Worth every month of trying to get you on this, and finally we've got you on. And I know that people are going to just get so much value from your insights. So once again, thank you very much, and I will catch up with you another time. See you soon.
Well, thank you, Nick. It's been a pleasure to speak to you, and thanks for chasing me down.
Absolute pleasure. It was worth it. Cheers.